All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live streaming part 5 of the Saturday event here at JJ's Billiards. We are getting started with the Bring Your Partner event. This is the main event of the weekend, and our first match on table 1 will be the winners of the amateur doubles, John Batts and Eric Wubin, and they're playing Bruce, Ullum, and Scott. So that game will be coming up here. Bots is just getting a little bit of his warm-up in. So here we are live. Like I said, we're going to be playing the first matches of the Bring Your Partner event. That's the main event this weekend for JJ's Billiards here. Brought to you by Dakota Foos. Before we get started here, I'd like to thank our sponsors. Here in Sioux Falls, we have Electric Construction, Top Coat Pros, Salty Pop Popcorn, JJ's Billiards, of course, for providing this great space for us to play in. Neil Burns donated some gift cards and cash. And we also have Tim Haight, as always. Every time, Tim Haight has pitched in a little bit for the tournament. Tim Haight is from Budweiser. So thanks again to all of our sponsors, and we're going to get started here real shortly as soon as the other team gets to the table. The team will be that we're waiting for is Scott and Bruce. They're making their way to the table right now, and they will be playing John Batts and Eric Wubin. They're the amateur doubles finals. or finals. They're the amateur doubles champions. So they'll be going up against Scott and Bruce.
Round 2.
Round 2.
All I gotta say is fuck you, bot.
Starting off with a little bit of crap talk.
Did you get random text from Tony? That sucks. When, Bruce, were we ever? Again implies we were once friends. We get ornery very similarly. And you take it to the extreme.
I can't. I mean, if you want to go outside and have it out.
Watch your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Can we get a ref?
That's a different kind of ref.
When Bruce, hey, when Bruce and I, is your mic on?
Yeah.
Where's the scooters coming from?
I need
What else? It's because you're old.
What's that?
How's it going?
Good. Yeah.
Turn out good?
Yeah, I think so.
I watched some last night. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was up to me. I kind of like it.
Yeah, yeah. It's your favorite. You are your favorite subject.
Why you gotta like it?
Even you gotta like you, Bruce.
Yeah.
All right, folks. We are getting underway. So back again with some live streaming foosball action from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, here at JJ's Billiards. JJ's is a great place. They treat us really nice here. They always give us some nice, cheap food and good drinks for everybody here. So come on out and support JJ's Bar, JJ's Billiards, excuse me. Once again, I'd like to mention our sponsors. We have Electric Construction, Top Coat Pros here in Sioux Falls. Salty popcorn, delicious popcorn. I ate more than I should have. I was supposed to just sample it. It was delicious. And if you want to check out what flavors and options you have, go to saltypoppopcorn.com. The flavors we had here were caramel and white cheddar cheese. It was amazing. So that's a recommendation from me. I'd like to thank Tim Haight from Budweiser and Neil Burns. And we are just about to get ready to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. They're just getting warmed up. All right, so on the left side of the table, we've got Bots. I'm going to call him Bots, Botsy, or John, all match. And then we've got Eric Wubin over on the left side of the table. They are the amateur doubles champions, and now we're starting the Bring Your Partner tournament. This is going to be a 3 out of 5 event, I believe. And they're playing against Scott and Bruce. Scott and Bruce also, I believe, played in amateur doubles. So this will be the first match of this event.
Ready? Face that.
Okay, Bots takes possession, crisply up the lane to his 3-rod, sets up his snake shot, and goes around Scott for the far hole to get on the board right away. Bruce will go ahead and put the ball back into play. And he loses it to Bots' 5-bar, and Bots will set up his pass. And he passes down the wall, smoothly down the wall. Small shake to a nice deep push. That's 2 pushes in a row. We'll see if Scott makes an adjustment to that. Bruce tries to pass down the wall, Bruce executes and goes down to the goalie area, but not able to wrangle that in, so he gets it on the 3-rod and he scores down the middle. Pull shot. And Botsy has the ball on the 5-bar. Passes it up to his 3-rod, sets up a snake shot again. Nice tight wiggle again. Nice tight wiggle again. And they opened up the middle for him. He took the middle, so that's 3 opportunities and 3 scores for Bots on the 3-rod.
I got to call this
Bruce tries to pass it through and sends it up to the. It gets taken away from Bots. Bots passes it through to his 3-rod, gets up to in the snake shot position again. Very consistent here. Let's see if Bots can continue a streak of 3 for 3. This one's taken away by Scott in the goalie area. Scott tries to pass it forward, blocked by the 5-bar, picked up on the 5-bar by Bruce. Bruce has a nice, smooth little bounce pass through up to his very nice rolling pull shot. That's kind of a trademark Bruce thing. He does, well, I wouldn't say trademark, but he does do that, execute that well and often. There's Bots coming back with his 5-bar. He is 100% on his 5-bar attempts, I believe. And gets it back up in the shooting position. And once again, he goes for that push side. So that's 2 pushes a straight and another push, and he's executing extremely well. Bruce goes for another bounce pass. Looks like he might think he found a chink in the armor of Bots' 5-bar defense. Sets up his pull shot. Eric's back there trying to entice him to shoot the middle, and he does, and takes the ball away. Eric sets up on the push side in the back. Tries a nice little pass to the near guy and just can't hold on to it. Sneaks through, and Scott takes advantage. Quick shot. It's 4-3 in the first game. Finally, Bruce gets a piece of that 5-bar, and Eric attempts a quick shot, but misses. Sets it up instead on the push side. Tries for a pass. Nice little pass up the side. And Bots just wasn't quite ready for it. Scott's got a pretty great back game, so we'll see if he contributes to the scoring a little bit more here. But Bots is able to wrangle this one in as 5-bar. Sets up and goes into his tic-tac.
Hey, how you doing?
Quickly advances it up to his 3-rod, sits it up in the snake shot position. Let's see. And he goes to the push side once again. So that's 4 push sides and 1 in the middle. For a successful first game for the amateur double champions, John Bots and Eric Wubin. All right, so Bruce gets his next game underway, the second game underway, and that ball gets stolen by Bots on the 5-bar, and we'll see if he can continue with his productive offense. I don't see any reason why I think she would have changed. She does miss-execute that pass, but luckily the rebound caroms back to his 3-rod, and he's able to set up for that to take that early lead once again. And he goes to has a nice little hitch. He goes far side and scores again. So Bruce passes it through to his 3-rod, sits it up in the pull shot position, tries a quick shot, but mis-executes. Maybe rush that one a little bit. We got Scott has the ball in the back again. And he passes it up to Bruce. Bruce with an excellent pass, sets it up in pull shot position again, trying to get on the board in this second game. He goes for the straight, he hits the post. And the rebound caroms around back to Eric in the goal. Tries another pass up in the lane. Just gets a piece. Bruce gets a piece of it, and so the rebound goes back to Scott. Scott's setting up in the back, slowly rolling it over and towards the middle, and then has to reset. Tries to take a quick swing at it, and mis-executes. Now it's Eric's turn to give the goalie position a try. Sets it up. Looks like he's looking for the pass. He tried a little bank shot, I think. And made it through. The rebound caroms back to Bots. Bots sets it up. Small shake once again. And brings it to the pull side for the first pull side shot, snake shot of the game for him. So we're 2-0 in the second game. Bruce quickly brushes down to the wall, sets it up in pull shot position, trying to get something happening, but Eric's there to get a piece of that one and then keep the junk out. Eric sets it up in the push shot position again. Looks like Eric's just kind of trying to clear it right now. Maybe with a pass intended, but a clearing pass, which is a really good strategy, especially when you're up in the game. There's Bots. Bots gets the rebound and then passes it through to his 3-rod. Has a nice tight little shake. Gets the ball to where he wants it to be. This time Scott gets a good piece of it, but the ball still caroms into the goal. Gives a 3-0 lead in the second game to John and Eric. Bruce has a nice pass up the lane. Has a great quick takeoff for his pull shot and gets him on the board. So it's 3-1. Bruce got the ball on his 3-rod once again, sets it up in the pull shot position and tries to go to that long hole, but Eric's there to take it away.
Want to do a little play-by-play?
Eric does a nice little short slider towards the inside of the goal, but Scott's there to take it away. Scott tries to power one down, hit a couple guys, and Eric gets an opportunity in his own goal again. Shout out to frequent viewer Colin Thomas from Sioux Falls. Bruce gets a piece of that 5-bar pass. Ball caroms back to Scott. Scott sets up. Gets in front of that one, and Scott just trying to quickly tries to flick it forward, and he gets up to Bruce's 3-rod, and he tries a quick shot that gets taken away. Bots also kind of speeds through his 5-bar sequence there and kind of slightly mis-executes. Eric takes a nice little rolling pull shot from the back. It's blocked by Scott. Scott maintains control in the back. And Scott slowly rolls that to that kind of inside white line, and then kind of mis-executes a bank shot. Bruce can't hold on to the pass. Joining me in the booth is Phil Nelson of Minnesota.
Fantastic. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Another great tournament here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Is this
This is the Bring Your Partner tournament. We
All
got
right.
the amateur doubles winners
Okay.
over on the left-hand side
Nice.
against Bruce and Scott.
Bruce and Scott. Oh yeah. Wily old veterans, Bruce and Scott. Everyone from the South Dakota area then here?
Everyone from the South Dakota area.
Yep. Nice.
So we're in the second game.
Okay.
So everyone's from South Dakota, but John Bott's originally from this area, but he kind of has been living the van life for about 3 years now. So traveling the country.
Yeah, it's not an unfamiliar territory for a lot of foosball players. It's most people got a chance to watch the Foosballers movie and saw Terry Moore hopping in the van and taking Robbie Maras for across the country for the tour. But it's great to see. Another great shot.
Another great shot. Good shot by Botts. He brings it to the pull side this time.
Yeah, it's a great turnout. Looks like several people here. I'd like to thank our sponsors for sure. Yep, Electric Construction.
Top Coat Pros.
And Salty Pop Popcorn.
Salty Pop Popcorn.
Which has been a big hit here this weekend, actually. People just love that popcorn. I see those trays getting filled up, and they just walk around with them. It's unbelievable.
It's so
Good
great.
stuff. JJ's, Budweiser, and the JJ's, of course, is the host here for this tournament, which is fantastic.
Yeah, they always take such a good care of us here.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they give you the setup and the tables. The tables are all here on. The players play a registration fee of $20, and then get to play foosball for free all weekend. So if you're at home and bored, come on down, throw $20 down. You can play some of the finest people in the country. Really, Sioux Falls is a great pocket and a great demographic of foosball.
We got Tim Haight with Budweiser, and then Neil Burns. He's a fooser, and he just can't make it to all of our tournaments, and so he donates some money and some gift cards every time
Fantastic.
for the foosers. Just trying to support the foos family, so we really appreciate that. Thanks, Neil.
Yep.
So that's game number 2, going to the amateur doubles winners.
All right. Would they be considered the underdogs in this match?
They actually faced each other in amateur doubles, and
Is that right?
And the Batsa and Eric won that match too.
Yep.
But John just doesn't play regularly. He hasn't toured for such a long time.
Yeah.
And Eric is, I would say, he's been playing foosball for 3 years total.
Okay, nice. There it is. Good shot.
Yeah, that's a great shot by Bruce. Bruce always loves to do that rolling pull shot, and he executes it really well.
Yeah. Great family of foosball, too.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he squeezes
There
in
it
that
is.
little pinch shot.
Using the Wiley veteran leadership right there. Using the old Wiley vet shot.
You know, for being away from the game for so much as Bots does, his 5-bar has been really, really good. Mm-hmm. He's got this, goes between those first 3 guys, flips them around, and when he's flowing, he really executes really well.
Nice, nice. Yeah, typically if you haven't played for a while, the first part of your game that actually goes away is your defense, your 5-row defense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's incredible. It's like the first thing. There's, you could be practicing at home and everything's great there, but until you face live bullets, it's a whole different nuance.
That's right. He actually made the comment to me that what he's struggling with the most is grabbing those loose balls.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. All part of it. People underestimate the importance of ball control. I mean, it's a boring part of practicing, but it's really a necessity. It's very important.
Oh, that was a nice pass that Bots just wasn't ready for it.
No.
Well, once again, everybody, I've got Phil Nelson, famed Phil Nelson from Minnesota, joining me in the booth here. Tell you what, I had the opportunity to get spanked by Phil earlier this weekend.
Oh, wow.
I tell you what,
I don't know what happened.
his shot, super crisp right now.
I owe it all to my buddies back in St. Cloud, Minnesota. All the player base that we got there. So there's a lot of, at these tournaments, there's a lot of leaders of local areas that come to these, and then they'll bring in 3 or 4 friends a lot of times. So I challenge my St. Cloud guys to come down here and play. It'd be good. It's like you say, it's one thing to play the same guys over and over, but until you go out and experience tournaments in other demographics and other regions, you'll find that you learn so much more. You'll learn so many different nuances and tricks and things across the nation. You go to Colorado, the player base is huge there. You go to Wisconsin, they got a great player base. Minneapolis, they all get a different feel. So the players, a lot of the players just happen to stay locally. They don't get on travels very much.
Yeah.
It's a serious dedication to get here.
Absolutely, and that's the thing about foosers, especially the foosers that tour, but all foosers in general. Like they have to do some sacrifice to play this game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. There's a lot of sacrifice that goes in the game. Yeah.
Where can the listeners find you, Phil? Find information about you and
Wow.
foosball in St. Cloud.
I guess we're on the Minnesota Foosball website, so we have that up and running, and we also do the Facebook Minnesota Foosball on there, and then we post. You can see our postings. We have our tournaments are Thursday nights in St. Cloud, Sauk Rapids, Minnesota, a place called the Benton Station. They're gracious enough to have 2 tables, and it's this year's been unreal since our player base has grown from 8 players on a Thursday night to 25, 30 players on a Thursday night. It's gotten bigger in St. Cloud than it has in Minneapolis right now.
Yeah, that's
which is
great.
Really amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
We got to get up to St. Cloud.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to come out. Absolutely. That's a good shot.
Yep. So here's Bots coming back, turning it on to even up this third game.
Nice pull shot rollover. Yeah, the rollover is just always been such a, I guess, there's always been controversy with the shot for as long as it existed. And one player in particular actually made that decision. One referee made the decision, and it completely changed foosball forever.
Really?
Charles McIntosh. And I believe he's from the South somewhere, but he is the one player that actually changed foosball forever when he allowed the rollover to be a shot, a controlled shot. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, you'll see events now that are moving away from the rollover shot, but it also, on the other token, the other side of it, it expedites players quicker. And it's just their shot is you quickly can develop a shot that's actually tournament worthy, I guess.
Yeah, I think it gets more people playing the game, but also I think that you'd be hard pressed to find a person who would say that some of the best snake shots are uncontrolled shots.
Yeah, you would be, and that's where the debate gets to. You know, the debate of the shot. Does it really in actuality do more than a 360 rotation on it? And that is still, you know, if you look at it, you know, it's some people will say a 355. Some people will say, I see some people shoot it naturally where it's a 365, but it's. Yeah, it's a controlled shot. It certainly is, and you know, hey, let's just face the facts. The facts are facts that it's now part of the game, and
absolutely.
It's not going to go anywhere now because it's the youth of today are shooting that shot and shooting it because, like I say, it's the fastest shot you can pick up.
Yeah. As you said, you know, different areas have different styles of play too, and you can go to an area where people do not know how to block a pull shot.
Correct.
You know,
correct.
They can't block a pull shot.
Well, they just don't see it.
Yeah,
I mean,
they just never see it because of the prominence of that snake.
Yeah, and it's just remembering when we first discovered it. You know, I was living in California at the time when I first discovered a snake shot, and I brought it back to the Midwest, and we brought it back to Wisconsin, and they didn't know how to block it. It was a lot. Sure, it was a lot of fun for that tournament, and they didn't know how to block it. But quickly, as more players just quickly adapted it, you know, it was short lasted where no one had an idea how to block it. But now people have sequences of defenses that block it, and there are different theories and methodologies to it, and leaving certain pockets and zones, and breaking it down to, you know. Just go online, go to YouTube. You could see some of the best, you know, watch World Championships on there. You could watch their motions and watch their defenses. That's how you learn from them, and learn from guys like this. Then these tournaments right here, watching their defenses is ways that you'll learn how to do the right things in the right situations. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So now I've got you in the booth, Phil. I got a question. I'd love to ask you a question. So what's your approach to the mental side of the game? Do you like to try to get in an opponent's head at all?
Well,
I mean, there's a lot of that in foosball.
Yeah, there is, and I think it just really boils down to, I think it's always, you know, coming out aggressive, you know, just coming out and just being mentally strong, you know, being up for your challenge, hitting your first, you know, getting off to quick starts. It's vital, you know, it's important. You know, the mental side of it is that, you know, Doug Furry, which was the greatest foosball player, broke it down to its simplest form, and he said that the 3 P's will lead to the 3 C's, and the 3 P's are you prepare. So you prepare for your opponent, you practice at home, and when you practice, and then you play. You come here and you play against live people. If you do those 3 things, your odds are going to drastically increase, because the 3 P's will lead to the 3 C's, which will lead to consistency, concentration. It just goes in confidence. You know, it just those. If you do the 3 P's, it'll lead to the 3 C's with the confidence and in your shot and the ability to do it. So that's kind of the mental side of it, because the breakdown really comes down to if a player just sits at home and just practices all the time, typically he's really not going to be able to make adjustments, because he's doing the same thing over and over again. That's why it's important to do all those different things, to be able to do a lot of different stuff. So my mental approach is really be able to do a lot of different things and be able to always adjust on the fly. I mean, I think it's just, you know, those are things that I learned from the best. So
yeah,
you know, the big thing is the 3 C's lead, or 3 P's lead to the 3 C's. That's the best thing.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yep.
And that's Doug from Doug Fury.
It's Doug Fury. Doug Fury was the gentleman who won he played with Jim Wiswell in 1976, and he won the Corvettes. They won the Corvettes that year in the $1 Million Tour, and they won the Porsches, I believe, in consecutive years, back to back.
Nice.
Yep. And true fact, I actually got an opportunity. Doug Furry came out of retirement one time and I got the opportunity. I got lucky. I drew him, and it's to this day. It is the last tournament that Doug Furry has ever played in his life, and I drew him and we won.
Nice.
Yeah, he hadn't played in 10 years, and he came out. We drew him. I drew him, and we won.
That's
And
awesome.
He got mad at Steve Mose because Steve Mose cheated him, and he never played.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, where were you in your foosball career when that happened?
Oh wow, that was in Minnesota. I just moved back from Los Angeles, where I learned. I played out there with some of the best. I saw Terry Moore shoot the rollover for the first time, and then we had there was a strong player base. Dave Gummison, who was a pro master from Minnesota, Minnesota's best player. Then you had Evan Stachlik, a lot of different Hall of Fame players out there. And they all kind of gathered out there. There was tournaments every night of the week out in Los Angeles. So I had just gotten back from Los Angeles and was bringing my game back to Minneapolis when that happened. So,
All right.
Yeah, which was really cool. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
and it was interesting back in that day before the Atari and the Pac-Man came out and the video games came out. And believe it or not, you could take 13th through 16th in a tournament and still make $600.
Yeah.
Yeah. First place is $50,000. You think about that in 1976, what kind of money that was.
That's incredible.
Yeah. That's what we want to hopefully get back to someday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I always encourage.
When places like St. Cloud's player bases are growing from 8 to 15 players to 25 to 30 on a Thursday night draw, we're going in the right direction.
We are. We have Jacob Balkos, who's our Jacob and his dad Evie, and then the whole Balkos family. They'll be going to the Worlds. They're too bad they're not here this weekend, but Minnesota's got a great player base, and we have a budding superstar coming out of there, and hopefully we'll get an opportunity to see him. Real marketable, nice kid. He's 14 years old.
Yeah, he's been here a few times.
Yep. Those are the guys that it's guys like that we want in the game of foosball and encouraging their friends to play.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, we're working on trying to get Foosball Clubs USA started here in Sioux Falls.
Sure.
So we want to get one foosball table into each of the public high schools here, maybe even the private high school here.
Yeah, excellent.
And we've got 5 players, foosball players,
right,
that are willing to donate a little of their time and once a week and go and do some instruction and some gameplay with these kids.
Does any of these foosball players, does any of their kids play in these schools?
I don't think so.
Because you could have career day. What does your dad do for a living?
Yeah,
He could be a professional foosball player.
That would be great. That would be great. So actually, we have some sponsorships that are on the line for that. We just have to get in with the school boards, and so that's kind of a process that's a little difficult to navigate.
It's excellent. I mean, there's so many different advantages to the game of foosball. Really, what it teaches is it teaches teamwork, it teaches camaraderie with people, it teaches discipline, it teaches patience. In a way, foosball is very similar to karate. You have these really crazy wild moves that you do on there, and but it teaches you discipline, and more than anything, it teaches you skill, and you can translate those skills to any sport that you play, baseball, softball, anything, football. It can cross over because it does help your hand-eye coordination for sure.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. So I'm really hoping we can get that going strong here, and we'll have some school versus school tournaments, and then I think that we're going to have some scholarships, for the winners of these tournaments. So
wow, that's fantastic. That's great for the youth. It's just a great, like I said, the last guy that was just playing here, Bruce. How many of his siblings or his daughters played?
Oh yeah, his daughter plays. Yep. Her daughter now plays. Her daughter's playing in the mixed doubles.
Oh wow!
And she's standing on a milk crate playing.
That's great.
This weekend,
yep.
And then her husband Tim, his son plays.
Yep.
So I mean, that's what we need, some generational foosball players out here.
There's 3 generations of foosball there. Fantastic. That's beautiful. Yeah. No, keep it up. I mean, those are all just fantastic programs and real borderline. There's not enough. I mean, the bottom line is there's not enough people that are doing it today that are supporting that, and really all the great things that come from it, and seeing it live is incredible. I just challenge it. You know, kids, mothers, come down, check it out. Bring your kids down here to play a little foosball. Check out, just take a look at it. You know, and yeah, it's incredible. It's awesome. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me, Phil.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm gonna go out and have myself drink the rest of my Mountain Dew.
There you go. Go get it.
Thank you. You can edit that up, chop it. Feel free to use it however you want.
Love it.
Yeah, we'll do more. Some key matches.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Let's.
Oh, by the way, while we were talking and having that really awesome conversation, Eric and John won that match.
Yeah, right. For you at home. That's awesome.
Clear it out, Chris and Nate, table 6.
I didn't see it. The rod was. Did you see it? We'll take a walk.
Harry and Todd, Brad and Steve, table 3.
You're
I'll turn around and I'll go back later and watch it on video. All right.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, give me a quarter.
But I'm saying like Jamie won a mixed double, so she flat cards and they won.
I was in his head.
Actually, Mo's gonna get the ball. He was like,
No, I bounced him like he was.
Never said nothing about his being 3 and 4.
ready. So like, so can I go here?
Remember in 98 we went, 96, 97. I started in here. Jimmy Stahl. I started in here.
There's a bug on it.
Just smell it.
No.
Just smell the cup. Smell the cup.
I know this boy.
No.
I know what he's doing to us. He's having a stiff cup. I heard you know stiff cup.
You see me flopping around later, you might know why.
It's a cup.
Just pull those out from the cabinet after they just raised for
Hey, no. Don't watch our rescue, man.
Doctor's a lot of $5.
I watched some online later. Somebody streamed something here, but get that phone all passed out.
I better not. Just best to remain neutral. No. Which is announcing, I suppose. Of course, this is your station, dude.
It's great, huh? Yeah. You can have some color
It
come.
is pretty easy to get set in. You just drill and.
Yeah, I just drilled the hole with a drill bit first, and then I put these little things just to secure it, so I didn't have sharp ends sticking out or anything, you know.
When I get drunk, I'll talk about squirrels.
I just fold it up, and I just offset it like this, so it like kind of leans back, you know.
What?
I just offset it like this, so it kind of leans in, you know.
Oh yeah, good idea.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, it's good.
And you can't even.
It's not loud. I mean, I can you can hear that something's happening, but
See that you're quiet.
yeah.
His game's kind of a lot better than last year. It's pretty one-dimensional, pretty much like 5-bar hand. He's got a lot of trust. Hey, John Devin, you won. Yeah, good. He used to play football back in the day. And, you doing? Good. You've been traveling around.
Yeah, yep. Crazy.
Yeah, it's on.
I've been awesome. How are you guys doing?
Great. I was looking last night on the feed. I'm like, oh, fuck, come on!
Come on, this thing. We have been a hell of a one.
Yeah.
How you guys been? Good.
Good. You know, just wasn't like raising hands, you know. Playing
Mikey
football
Dub,
with the
Jason and Jordan, table 1.
Yeah. It's amazing what a face it's been a few decades, or a couple decades and a half. This used to be red.
I used to have hair up here.
Where are you at? Awesome. Where are you at? It's an interesting question. Pretty much South Carolina. So, 12 years ago, we had a plan to go down to South Carolina. We've been in that area for a while. My wife and I got to we've been a whole night after the crazy thing ever, but it's going to be
Yeah. The found no journeys at all.
trying to getting early, and I loaded $30 worth of gear inside. The muscle memory is there. So, well, that's why you don't have the head guard. Like something like that happened. I disappeared because I don't know enough to have the head.
Thank you. I grow with work for your thing. Because of DD player. Jim's partner. Oh, okay. I don't know anybody you know.
Yeah, so, you say the draw? In the ring, it was Eric with an amateur steer, and then I drew for the draw.
Okay, so yeah, I did see you in Bruce draw. When I was watching the stream, it was you and Eric, I wasn't sure what it was.
That was amateur.
I like the birdies on this side.
What do you guys do? Like, that'll be 50 cents. But no, it's good to see it. Good luck, man.
Jamie and Mike, Phil and Mike, table 4. Tim and John, Jesse and Neil, table 3.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the Bring Your Partner tournament. Second round on the winner's side. We've got Doug Workman and Mike. I don't remember Mike's last name, unfortunately, but they will be playing Jordan and Jason Binder. So Jordan gets the first possession. He's going to throw it in the snake shot position. And despite a good block, Michael can't stop that ball from getting in. Doug readies the ball. Nice little bounce pass on the from the 5 bar. Sets it up in snake shot position as well. Jason's there for the block on the near side. Mike gets a good block, and the rebound kind of caroms up to the 3-rod for Doug. Doug tries to fire to the push side, and Jason's there too. So Jason will put it back into play. Mike tries a beautiful bank, but just missed on the inside of the goal. Jason tries to pass it up to Jordan, but gets through cleanly, but Jordan's not there to receive the pass. And then he fires a shot towards the goal. And Mike rattles one through, evens the score up at 1-1. Cleanly through the lane. Great pass by Doug. Sets it up in the snake shot position, trying to get his first offensive score from up here in this match. Jason's there to take it away again. Jason fires a shot on goal, and Mike's back there to get in the way, but Mike fires it through, and Doug tries to assist it along its way, but Jason's there for the block. Clears it. Ball ends up back in Mike's possession in the back. Jason puts a shot on goal, and the rebound goes to Jordan's 3-rod, so he'll set it up in the snake shot position again and look to take the lead. That shot was blocked by Mike, but Jordan gets a second attempt effort, and Mike blocks that one as well. So it's seeming to shape up to be kind of a defensive battle. Mike fires pretty hard out of the gate and gets blocked by Jordan. Has a couple attempts, and then the rebound carries again to Jordan on the 3-rod. And he tries to do a little kind of a fast, sneaky shot, and Mike's there to block that one too. The rebound goes to Jason down on this end of the table. Tries to pass it through to Jordan. Jordan's just not there for the catch again. And now Doug has the ball on his 5-bar. And he gets one cleanly down. It's a sneaky pass, cleanly down the wall. And finally he gets one in. So they take the lead 2-1. Mike has a nice shot on goal, but once again, Jason's in the correct position. It's rare that you're going to find Jason out of a good position, but he tried to force something through there, and Doug was there to pick up that and hand it back to him. So they extend their lead to 3-1. Jordan quickly passes through and has an attempt, which is blocked by Mike. Tries to force another pass through on the 5-bar, and that's taken away by Doug. Jordan steals that back, and will try to advance it here, and does cleanly up the lane. Nice deep pull side roller for Jordan to narrow their opponent's lead to 1. So Jason will call a timeout, and we'll come back in about 30 seconds here. So after that timeout. Doug will put it back into play, and that pass is taken away on the 5-bar. And what a great grab on that loose ball there. Doug was able to spin it back into his possession. He sets up a opportune shot, but Jason's there to take it away. Jason kind of slides one up there. It could have been a pass, but it looked like it was on goal. So that's a great way to pass. It's the pass on goal. So if you miss the pass, you've got an opportunity to score. Even though it's not at a high pace, but Mike was back there easily to take that block. Jordan sets up, gets the rebound, so Jordan sets up a snake shot and fires it to the far push side to even up the score, 3-3 in the first game. This is a 3 out of 5 match, so the team will have to win 3 games in order to advance to the next round in the winner's side. That was a great slingshot attempt by Jason. And Jordan gets the rebound, sets it up in snake shot position. Does a little off middle shot, kind of angles it back a little bit. That's a really deadly shot. It's for sure a defensive zone breaker, as much as you can do a zone from the goalie defense. Mike takes a nice long sliding pull shot from the back to tie it up at 2 in the second game. Jordan had a nice little back and forth to the wall pass. Sets up his snake. Pulls deep to the pull side. Doug's looking to answer, and he does. He pulls to his pull side. Nice, strong, quick, crisp. And Doug steals that pass and gets another opportunity on the 5-bar to advance and take the lead. But Jordan puts up the defense. Jordan takes the lead in the second game. I just don't like that speaker right there.
Oh yeah. You could probably just knock it back and like disconnect it.
Yeah, maybe. But
I don't think people like it.
They're paying for it. They're paying for the music that they want to hear, you know. All right, so after that timeout, we get restarted here on the second game.
So who are these folks?
This is Doug and Mike.
Doug Workman.
Doug Workman and Mike. And they're down 1 game. Jason comes up with a big block to maintain the lead. Jason lines it up for another attempt from the back and kind of bounces around a little bit up the table, and that's the second game. Well, we are being hosted at a bar, ladies and gentlemen, so the music is a little bit loud. I apologize for that. Doug puts this third game, gets this third game started. Trying to get something going right away here, trying to get the momentum switched over to his side. He sets up in the snake shot position, and Jason's proved to be pretty solid defense against Doug's snake. Although Doug did have some nice, crisp pull side snakes. We'll see if he can find a way around this defense of Jason. And he did. He got around him, and he hit the post. Jason tries to ease a nice little clear up, and the rebound of that clear just kind of caroms back to Doug's 3-rod. So he's going to take a shot, and he goes a little off middle spot. And that might be the weakness in the defense that Jason was showing there. But Jason's one of those players. He's a student of the game, so he's gonna. I would imagine that he'll adjust to that. Jordan's gonna try to even up this game, and he does with a crisp shot to the pull side. Doug answers back by getting an opportunity of his own, so he's gonna set it up here, and we'll see if he tries to go back to that well a little bit. No, he'll try to go kind of a little bit off middle on the push side this time, and Jason wasn't gonna let him have it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just asked them to turn down the volume of the music just a little bit because it was just a little bit piercing. So hopefully that's better and easier for you guys to be able to hear the commentation. It just was really difficult for me to be able to concentrate on the match here. So looks like we're into the third game, and Doug and Mike have switched positions, and Doug tries to get it up, and that was blocked by Jordan and caught on the 5-bar, and then Mike quickly passes it up, and he's setting up what looks like a pull kick. Yep. So Mike, I talked to Doug earlier, and he said he was playing with Mike, who's kind of an old-time player, and a lot of times they like to do those pull kicks, push kicks, pulls. They're not the biggest rollover shooters, just because that's not how they played. So, but Mike's able to block that with his 5-bar and goes back into the goal. So he evens this game up at 2. Binder clears that down the side. Doug is going to take an opportunity from the back. And that's blocked by Jordan. Gives him, but he Karam's another chance in the goalie area. Jordan had an opportunity. Oh, he lost it, but he smartly swung and got the rebound and then fires a snake home to take the lead in the third game. That second effort was kind of a killer for for Doug. Okay, Mike sets it up. Oh, he is shooting in a snake shot position. And Jason didn't even move. He got the block. Maybe that's what he was expecting, was for Jason to kind of get out of its way. It's a very common thing for snake shooters. They kind of take aim at one of the guys that they think is going to get out of the way and make sure that people know when they're about to shoot. So, but it didn't work that time for him. And now Doug's got the ball in the back. He takes a nice, beautiful sliding shot to the far side of the goal, but Jason somehow is there. He seems to be in an excellent position. That's a great, short, straight pull shot from the back by Jason. So that puts him at 4-2 in the third game. Looking to advance themselves to the next round in the winner's bracket. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the booth.
Thank you very much.
Adam, Winter. So we're in our third game, 4-2. Doug was playing up front for the first two games and just couldn't get it done up there, so I think he was just trying to flip it up to find something different.
Okay.
Mike just hasn't been able to be productive, although that's his second defensive score.
Well, if he's coming up from the goalie, that's going to be a specialty then.
Yep.
Speaking of which, right there we go.
Yep.
Block with a 5.
Yeah, another defensive capture there. And Doug's been getting some really good shots on goal from the back here.
Yeah,
but
and he can fire them too. So there's still life in this game.
But Jason's just been there everywhere he wants to go.
But this is our match point right here.
Yeah.
Ooh, tight shot all the way.
All the way deep. That's a beautiful shot by Jordan. Yep. So Doug and Mike, they're going to have to scrap their way back on the loser side. On the loser side, it's 2 out of 3. On the winner side, it's 3 out of 5.
Yep. And then, do Jordan and Jason have one more match yet for the king seat?
I believe that's true. I don't have the charts over here with me. Terry runs the charts, but I believe you're right. They might have... No, I think you're right. I think that they would go one more match to be in the king seat.
Yeah. They should definitely... I would think they'd be in some money by now, too.
They might be. I don't know how many teams are in this event, for sure. I think they're guaranteed fourth now.
Yeah, for sure.
If they're playing for king seat next.
Which case, at least if they got their fees back, you can't beat that for great foosball. Play all day and then get your entry fees back.
We've
get better than that.
We've had a great turnout. I think that this tournament we didn't expect. In the summertime, oftentimes the tournaments are a little bit lower turnout because people are going out and camping, summer activities,
vacations.
But we had 43 registered players, and for a small Sioux Falls tournament, we just got to give a quick shout out to JJ's Bar. Billiards. They just do a great job of catering to us foosball players on our tournament, making us some food. They treat us really well.
Yep. Always a nice place.
They turn down the volume of the music when I ask them to.
They're always very accommodating. That's always much appreciated.
Speaking of JJ's being one of our sponsors, I might as well do a quick little shout out to our other sponsors. We've got Electric Construction here in Sioux Falls, Top Coat Pros. They're another one of our sponsors. We got Salty Pop Popcorn. I just love saying that. Salty Pop Popcorn.
It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
You can find them at saltypoppopcorn.com. JJ's, like I said, once again, just thanks a lot for treating us so well. Tim Haight with Budweiser. He's been a long-term contributor to this for us, and Neil Burns. Neil Burns, even when he can't make it to the tournaments, he likes to throw in a few gift cards and a little bit of cash to raffle off, and we're going to be doing that here in just a few minutes. Tim will randomly draw anyone who is a registered player, and we will be giving away 3 gift cards. So that'll be happening here shortly. In fact, I am going to go find Tim and see if we can do that now.
All right, sounds good.
I was coming to you about raffles. All right, so we're going to do a quick raffle. Neil Burns, once again, he donated a couple of prizes to us. Woo! Let's give it up for Neil Burns. We got $50 cash, a $50 gas card, and a $50 Walmart card, and I'm going to just randomly generate a number. Phil Nelson, woo! Congratulations, Bill! Yeah!
I think we keep Bill on. He wins the race.
Yeah, right?
For the cash, Jordan Hartshorn.
Yeah!
Do it.
Jordan, you took my money!
The burger.
I do that.
And a $50 gas card goes to Scott. Woo!
Use that money.
And lastly, we have a $50 Walmart gift card. Pick a number between 1 and 43. To Blair. Woo! Yeah!
All right.
Yeah, he says that's right.
Gotta be present. Gotta be present.
All right, so we just did our drawing. Donated $50 cash, a $50 gas card, and a $50 Walmart gift card donated by Neil Burns. So once again, big shout out to Neil Burns, big supporter of foosball when he can't be here and when he can be here. So we'd like to just make sure that we support our foos family. And thanks a lot, Neil, for keeping that going. It's much appreciated. The prizes went to $50 cash, went to Jordan Hartshorn. The $50 gas card went to Scott, and the $50 Walmart gift card went to Blair. So once again, thanks a lot for the contribution, Neil, and hopefully we'll be able to see you here at one of our tournaments again soon.
I'm gonna find out where we are. I like the area. Mike coming outside.
No data. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the losers, on the loser side of the Bring Your Partner tournament. So these are two really good teams, but they were in some tough brackets. And so I think we're going to see some fireworks on this match. We got
Should be good.
We got some explosive players on both sides.
Absolutely.
So it'll be really fun watching Zach with his unique style and going against a very kind of slow, methodical style of Tim.
Yep.
And Tim, right off the bat, just
Fires one off.
accidentally squirts one through. And, we'll see how Eddie and Zach respond to that. It's going to be one of those matches that's hard to do a play-by-play because the action's going to be fast.
Correct.
So Tim sets up for his pull shot. Shoots a little wide for his first attempt. And Zach?
Setting up a shot.
Setting up a pull shot and fixing his grip, wasting about 8 seconds doing it, but don't worry, he reset himself.
Absolutely.
So here we are. I wonder if
it's great to see Zach setting up a shot.
Yes.
Because a lot of the times that I see Zach, he's just playing with the ball is all that he's doing. He's just waiting for an open spot to fire off a shot, and now he's actually just sitting, waiting.
Yeah, doing it creatively.
Correct.
He when he does that, he does it creatively.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's fun for Zach, and that's what Zach will say is like it's not fun. He doesn't have fun playing the slow, methodical game, and I can understand that a little bit, but it's also fun to win.
Correct.
And that's the easiest way, or that's the best way to win, is to play it not necessarily slow. You can play fast as long as you're playing smart. But Zach's an excellent shooter, and he can shoot from anywhere. He's a danger from anywhere on the table.
I always love playing Zach because he has so many different angles that you never see, so you always have to be on your toes.
Yes.
So your adrenaline goes up when you play him because you never know what you're going to see.
That's true. And it kind of makes you get out of your game a little bit by playing a little faster. Like, he's really good at making people play faster. That's another great shot. That's down the middle, pull shot. Clean, crisp. When he shoots that shot, it is
it's there.
Phenomenal. There's Tim, that brush. Tim has this deadly 5-bar brush that is smooth and deceptive. I always think he's going the other direction.
I was talking with Botsid over supper, and he said that the brush is actually pretty new for Tim. That he didn't have a 5-bar until recently.
Well, Bops hasn't been around for a few years. So I would say that for the last 8 years, it's been that's been Tim's game. But Bops has been gone for 12.
Got it.
But it's true. Tim used to be a stick passer. And he found his niche with that brush. It's really amazing. Johnny's showing his snake defense. Johnny has a really great snake defense. And you know what? He has the attitude that you need to be a defensive goalie because when something goes in, he doesn't let it get under his skin.
He's very good at brushing it off.
Yeah.
Where Tim is good at brushing it down.
Yes, that's right. Ooh, look at that. We're coming up with the puns already. I love it.
Brushing it off, yeah.
So with that pull shot, they even it up at 2-2 in the first game. And Zach, you'll see Zach will oftentimes try to get a quick one through, and you'll also see that. You'll see how sticky his guys are.
Going back to the pull shot.
He is maybe one of the best in the world at grabbing loose balls.
Yeah.
And when you can
Which
grab,
gives you so many opportunities to do whatever you want to do.
Absolutely.
Because already we've seen a pull shot, we've seen a push shot, and the snake shot in 2 points.
Yes. Yes. I think that the one thing about that is I think that the amount of opportunities Zach gets maybe encourages him to not take it as seriously when he gets the ball, because he knows he's going to get another shot, or at least thinks that he's going to get another opportunity, and likely is going to be right. Tim tried a little deception there, just misexecuted it. I think Eddie would have been there for that block, though.
It's always fun to see Eddie as a defender, because in only the couple years that I've been playing, I've only seen Eddie as a forward.
Unless he's playing with Zach.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's about it. But always on goal.
Yeah, and he does
always
a good
where
job.
He wants to be.
He does a good job of getting his partner opportunities as well. So that was a misexecution shot, but I think that Johnny was in the right spot to make that block, and Zach just mishit that back into the far side. And Eddie tries those bank shots a lot because, that's something that's really hard for defensive zones to read. Even if you get in the way of it, oftentimes like this happened, your forward gets
another
an opportunity. Yeah. Rare, but Zach was unable to hold on to that pass. And then Timmy missed a pass and went in the goal. Eddie was just a little bit out of position there. He probably should have just been in front, like on that side of the goal, and stayed there, but kind of jumped out of the way. So that evens it all up here in the first game. We'll see if Zach can answer and keep his lead after this.
Beautiful brush.
Beautiful brush pass.
Back to the snake.
Moves it around, but John's there to take it away. One thing I would say is I would say that Zach's got a beautiful brush. But I would say that Tim's brush is a deeper, more consistent brush pass. It's just that even if somebody gets a piece of Zach's, he catches the ball still. But he's rushing himself, and sometimes he can get into that mode where he rushes himself, and once in a while that's good because it puts the defenders off their toes. But Eddie, there he is,
right down the throat.
There he is to come back and kind of breathe life back into this game for him. And wow, that was a nice pass. But Tim just couldn't hold on to it. I don't know if there was a jar there or something like that, but it didn't look like there was anything really aggressive on that. But gave Zach that opportunity to close out this game. So that's one game in the books for Zach and Eddie.
And it looks like Zach was shooting the best on a pull shot. I don't think he made any on his snake, and I don't think he got one on his push. So I think all of it came from the pull side.
Yeah, I think he might have one little dink attempt over here on this on the far side, but it didn't pay off for him. That's one of some of those little things that he does. It also keeps you guessing, and it's good to have your opponent guessing.
Yep.
But so we'll get started on this second game and see if Tim and John can answer. So Tim and John, for those of you out there that don't know, Tim is John's dad, and so John is a second-generation foosballer, and has been playing this game for so long that his skills are really impressive. I would say that he and Zach are toe-to-toe. John just doesn't seem to be playing with the fire that he usually plays with right now. But there was a great clear. That was a great clear.
Great clear.
Eddie was in the right position. His guy was just too high.
Do you know how old John is compared to Zach?
Well, John is 21,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Zach's 28 or
28.
27.
Okay.
I could be wrong, though. I stopped counting years ago.
Yep.
So,
And you've been on the scene for long enough. Do you know when the two of them started playing?
oh yeah, I played against Zach when he was standing on stools at tournaments. So, old promoter here in South Dakota was Lloyd Mandel.
Okay.
And he had tournaments in Brookings, Huron, and Sioux Falls. And he ran the leagues here too back then. And Zach's dad, Tom Hofer, was a foosball player. Not as accomplished as Zach, but a foosball player and loved the game.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of got Zach into it. And he's been playing on he was playing on a little
Playing on milk
foldable
carts.
stoop box. Yeah, step box. So I got to see both of these guys from their inception.
And then was John the same way as well, starting on milk carts?
I never saw John playing on milk carts, but I'm sure he did at home with his dad. But John was, I think, 12 or 13 the first time I saw him play, and as a new player. So Zach was playing much younger than me. And that's another shot on goal. John can pick a very tight little lane.
He loves.
There's another missed pass that goes in. So Timmy couldn't grab it, and Eddie just overreacted.
Yep.
So that. So we're 3-0 on the second game in favor of John and Tim, which they need this game to stay alive. So
This is loser side, so this is 2 out of 3.
that's right. That's right. I know you don't know a lot about the loser side since you went all the way through on the winner's side in amateur doubles.
I did get dipped, so they did take the first match with us.
Yeah, but you only got a second to stand in that loser
That's it.
side, Yeah.
And
then you took it right back.
Took it in 2.
So your first championship,
Yep.
amateur doubles,
Yep.
JJ's Billiards August Super Tournament. 2020.
Feels good. I didn't even know that I was going to be playing with Botsit until, I don't know, what was it, Wednesday that you texted me?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was Wednesday.
All right.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I'll be his partner.
Yeah, well, he is pretty good. He used to be an expert. And he just hasn't played for so long that he's now an amateur again.
Apparently he came in at 4 o'clock yesterday and put $30 into the table just to get his muscle memory back.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I don't doubt
That determination. I probably should have showed up a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
We probably would have won a little faster.
Well, Wednesday when he came, when he first got into town, he came over to my house and we sat and just kind of caught up for a little while, and then he stood up and said, well, we ought to play a couple games.
Absolutely.
And I said, well, we could, but my table's now at JJ's Billiards. And you sucked some of the life out of him, I think.
Oh.
So I've known Bots since I was in 4th grade.
Wow. Yeah, I heard you guys saying that. 38 years,
Wow.
something like that.
Wow, what a nice shot.
Nice pull shot.
John right down the middle. Zach didn't even move.
Nope.
So we're
He gets it again.
We're at 4-0 in the second game. This is impressive.
Yeah, shot that lane again. A little bit slower.
Yep. We'll see if Eddie usually is pretty good at firing some really good quality stuff down range, especially when his partner isn't producing
Push
for
kick,
him.
pull kick combination.
Yeah, both on goal, great
Yep.
shooting, just unable to capitalize on it.
Yep.
John takes the timeout. Smart timeout for it. So 4-0, second game. I think that I think that Zach and Eddie feel pretty comfortable because they're in their, they're in the lead with the game, so they have a game to give. I just don't. That's not the attitude I like to play the game with, because anybody can beat anybody anytime. So you can't take your foot off the gas pedal.
It was an incredible moment for John and I when we were down 4-1. There was a moment where I said, you know what, I might just be done with this game and just move on. I was already kind of done with that second game, and I was already looking into the third game, and I said, okay, how are we going to get this confidence back? And I was done, but something told me, like, just grind this out. Get the momentum back here, and pound it out. And one goal leads to two, leads to three, and you're back in the game, and
that's right.
All of a sudden you win.
That's exactly right. So I was fortunate enough to sit here and watch that happen. And earlier in the previous set, you came back from 4-1 as well.
Yeah.
And
in that moment, I had forgotten that we had even done that.
Yeah.
Because I was so focused on that game that all of those previous games were gone. So I completely forgotten that we had done that before.
Yeah. So twice in 2 sets, you came back from 4-1 deficit to win. So you scored 4 points in a row in order to do that. So that was pretty good.
One ball at a time.
Yeah, one ball at a time. That's exactly right.
With that, I think I have to head out because I've just been called to my game.
All right, well, go get them out there. I'm gonna finish commentating on this last game out of 3.
Should be a good one.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good game. There's gonna be some fireworks, and I'll make sure I talk about all the ones that I see.
I'll have to come back and watch it on the recap.
Yeah. Well, and while you're there watching it, do what all of the people watching this are already doing, and like and subscribe.
Absolutely.
All right.
I have.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, buddy.
See ya.
Go get them. How you doing, buddy?
Awesome.
Good.
Sound better now than I am.
Well, me too. All right, here we go. Third and final game in this match. Both teams' tournament life at Jeopardy. He's in a match. So both teams' tournament lives in jeopardy here.
Yep. Final say here in this match.
Yeah.
The last match was a little tough there with some pretty rough balls going in, but we got a reset here, so this is best man here.
Yeah.
Beautiful push there.
Yeah, that's a beautiful, and his setup is unique for that shot.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect to push that fast out of a slow roll like that.
Right.
Tim's brush seems to be pretty effective on his pass here. It's not his only tool for getting through Zach.
Yeah, but Tim's got that brush. Eric and I were talking about that earlier. Tim's brush is really just a steep angle brush, and when I'm playing Tim, almost every time I think he's going to go the other way.
Yeah, I know. He's really good with setting it up almost like a decoy.
Yeah. It's incredible.
But I'm surprised he hasn't done a rollover at all this game. I haven't seen one yet. He's relying on his pull shot.
Yeah. And Eddie's been pretty good. Eddie's been pretty good.
I mean, Eddie's really holding steady there.
Yeah. So it looks like Zach took a timeout too. So he's going to use up 60 seconds because he needed to run to the bathroom.
Ah.
So it looks like both teams have called a timeout now. Unless, like, oftentimes the first team will say, "Go ahead, take your bathroom break."
Yep. I'm surprised they didn't do that in between matches. I'm surprised you take a timeout in the middle of the game, because I would think you would want to, especially when this is the final match here.
Yeah.
For going home, you'd want to take every timeout you can and save them for the crucial moments.
Well, you would think so, but Zach has a tendency.
he's very unorthodox.
He has a tendency. I've seen Zach ask his opponent if they were ready before he served the ball, move the ball an inch, and then take a timeout. So
I've never quite figured that out yet either. Is he just like that confident, or is he playing a psychological play?
Well, that's a good question. You know, some people have said that they just think that he does things like that because he wants to be unique.
Mm-hmm.
And it is unique.
It is.
You know what? I tell you what, his game is unique too.
He accomplishes
and dangerous.
that. Yep.
Yes.
You know, Eddie here getting ready to. It almost looks like a bank shot coming up.
Yeah. You know, he off that setup, he has this really great where he comes around the ball and brushes it back towards the goal, and it's crisp, fast, and clean.
Mm-hmm.
So he does have a couple options there. He wants people to think that he's going to shoot the bank.
Yep. John's doing a really good job of defense, but Zach is just simply wearing him down here.
Yeah.
You know, when he takes his time and set it up, Zach's much more effective.
Absolutely. You know, and we were talking about that earlier too. He just gets so many opportunities. Well, he hasn't been getting as many opportunities this game or this match as he usually does. So he's had to be a little bit more effective on the opportunities he has. But, you know, there's still some life in John and Tim.
Oh, for sure. This game will likely come down to the last ball. You just don't count either one of these teams out until the last ball drops.
That's right.
You can always get a slopper or something go in, and it's the ultimate leveler.
Yeah, it's really surprising to see these teams in the losers bracket this early, but we have a stacked couple brackets. You know, we have
some fantastic players out here
Yes.
tonight. It's really giving some challenges.
Yeah, we have Phil Nelson and Nate Wismer.
I haven't seen those guys in ages. It's great to see them out here this week.
It's great. And then I don't know who the other powerhouse team was. Oh, Jordan. I think Jordan and
Jason are
another,
doing quite well.
Another good team. And so I think that those are the ones who knocked both of these teams into the losers bracket to face each other. So.
Oh, that was a beautiful shot. And Zach getting cocky with lifting up this guy. You just should not do that with John shooting from the goalie.
Yep.
John's too deadly from the goalie.
I know, and he was just begging him to do it, and then he did it, but he waited until he put his guys back down. So that's kind of like a shot right back in his face.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, John does very well at goalie wars, so don't give him that opportunity.
Oh, John can hit any shot from the back.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he just needs something to fire him up a little bit.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Another full shot looking. I saw Tim fire some pull push kicks, and they were just gorgeous.
Yeah,
he's dead on with them. Look
he's
at this,
been working
tied
on
up.
that. I know, tied it up with that nice middle shot down the middle.
Yeah, that last shot he did was a little bit of an angle in there. It wasn't like a true middle. It was almost just a slice over.
Sure.
And it just carried with Eddie's guys perfectly right in the goal.
Yeah. That's one shot that kills me in my defense.
It's like he goes with your guys, and he carries that hole with you, and he's just got it timed perfectly.
Yep. There's a little tip for you guys when you're playing me. Just do that shot. If you can do that shot,
I think that goes for a lot of players.
You'll get me almost every single time.
It just got Eddie. So here we go. 2 balls left.
Yep. So Zach, Zach's going to come out with some energy here. So
well, as long as he doesn't get too cocky, he's got to make sure he stays focused with that energy.
Yep.
Beautiful pass there.
Yes.
Just so lightweight and crisp.
Yeah. He just catches things so beautifully. He's beautiful long shot.
Long pole, deep and square. Just smoking.
You could almost tell from his energy that that's the hole he was gonna shoot though.
Yeah.
If I were, look at me talking hindsight, but if I were at the goal there, I would have made sure that the long hole was blocked on that shot. He got aggressive trying to save that ball.
Every possession counts at this point.
That's right.
Let's see.
And he takes his second timeout.
Is that his? That's not his
Unless-
third, is it?
No. No, we could unless we're counting that bathroom break one, but I don't think that they were.
That was already in the middle of the game, though.
Yeah,
so.
but I don't think they were counting because they called a timeout, and then he said, timeout because he was going to go to the bathroom.
Gotcha. So
trying
really-
to extend
Yeah.
the timeout, but I don't think that they were charging them for that timeout.
Technically, it was Tim and John's
Right.
timeout.
So I believe that they are out now.
Yes. One left for Tim and John yet.
Yes.
Only need one ball. Look out for the 5-man hack. See if you. Beautiful brush.
I would
there.
say that for Zach, typically, if he's up by 1 point, if it's not 4-4, he's probably not going to finish out a game with a 5-bar hack.
True.
Usually.
That's true. He knows that possession counts, and he wants to make sure that goes in.
Yeah.
John contemplating here.
Oh, Timmy tries to grab that ball and knocks it back to that sticky 3-bar.
That possession was a crucial one.
So let's see what Zach does here. Zach knows we're commentating. He knows we're playing. I would have expected him to do something crazy.
That was a mistake there. John was trying to kick it out of there and just gave it to Zach. He just absorbed the ball. Oh, and a beautiful block.
Yes. That's a hard shot to block that middle.
Yeah. I was almost expecting a straight, but I don't know if Zach will finish the game with a straight in.
He likes to be flashy, but that middle shot's not the flashiest of all shots either.
No,
so
but
I
it's
think
effective.
that I think that he's playing smart. He's got his head on his shoulders here. After he screwed around and lifted his guys up and got a score.
Pass from Eddie to Zach right down the lane.
And that's just demoralizing when it happens on a big point like this.
Oh,
and finishes
play.
out the game. That's
Incredible series.
That's
right
a great
there.
game by Eddie and Zach.
Yep.
Eddie does a great job of kind of mentally dealing with the shenanigans that Zach does.
Mm-hmm.
If I was the goalie for a person who lifted up all of their guys when the opponent had the ball in the back, I would flip out.
Yes.
But Eddie does a good job at saying, you know what, this is what I signed up for.
I think he also places a lot of confidence in Zach being able to recover from that.
Yeah.
Now they couldn't recover in the last game, but this one here they played solid.
Yeah, that was a fun game to watch. Obviously Tim and John are a little down on the outcome. But
they have nothing to be down on for their game though, because they played an excellent game.
Absolutely. They played a great game. They always play a solid game. I did notice that I think that John's just a little low energy. He did mention to me that he didn't get a lot of sleep and was working. He had to go to work this morning at 4. And he was here late last night playing.
Ooh.
So
man, he's got more energy than I when he can pull that off.
Yeah.
But you're right though, because I was expecting some more of the hard pull out of the goalie that he likes doing, especially when he squares it down long.
Eddie and Zach, Bruce and Scott, table 1.
He does a fantastic job with that pull, and I didn't see it here. I don't know if he thought that he just couldn't pull it off, or the opening wasn't there, but.
Yeah, but we're about to get another opportunity to see Eddie and Zach some more, and we'll see if they change their game up at all based on who they're playing. There's some potential for some fireworks during this match because we got Bruce versus Zach. Bruce doesn't really respect Zach's game all the time.
No.
And maybe he respects it, but he gets irritated by it.
Well. Bruce doesn't like the flashiness from Zach, so he finds the showboating very, very irritating, and I think that also precipitates Zach doing it more because he knows it irritates.
Absolutely. And, Bruce, I would say, is what I would classify as a vocal person when he's not happy.
For sure.
So sometimes Zach can get into some battles, and we'll see if this match goes the whole match without a ref being called.
Scott's going to bring a really good goaling here too. I'm curious to see how his goaling is going to play up with Zach.
Scott's got an excellent goal.
He's got a defense that's incredible, and his shots out of there powerhouses too.
Yes, when his shooting is on, he can shoot a bank from anywhere across the table. So for those of you who are just joining us, we got our next match is going to be Eddie and Zach versus Bruce and Scott. And there could be some fireworks in this. We've got some big personalities. We've got some flashy play, and some of the old timers. I don't want to call them old, but some of the,
because we're catching up to
some
them.
some of the some of the decades past players, they kind of take offense to that flashy play. They feel like it's them saying, "I don't think you're good enough to get a focused game from me."
Yep.
And that's not actually what Zach's saying. Zach's just saying, "This is how I play."
It is. And I think Zach could probably tone down the flashiness a bit. I know it's like he's got a little WWE flashing in the ring side there, and that's his game. But at the same token, flashiness or not, Bruce has got to make sure that he keeps that under wraps with him and tries not to show so much reaction to it and keep his game under control, because like the flashiness or not, Zach brings his game and you got to respect that.
Absolutely. I can see both of these teams getting aggressive on the table, though. Mm-hmm. And when you get aggressive on the table, that's great. I think that's great. But when both teams do it and both teams get angry about it, that could turn into some fireworks. So we could be in for an entertaining match. Bruce seems to be in pretty good spirits at the beginning of this match.
Yes, he does.
We'll see if that holds out for the rest of the time.
Bruce has been shooting well tonight. Eddie's been goaling well. This should be a really good strategic match here.
This will be a good battle.
Always a pleasure. I love you guys. Can't hear you. I'm in the zone. Well, I got to put in my eyebrows.
This is on Dakota Foos YouTube streaming.
You know that.
So the Dakota Foos channel on YouTube. But there's a link on the South Dakota page. So if they go there, they can get to the link.
I took that.
I was counting it out and just waiting until it.
I know who made that. I know you did. Yeah.
There's a link on South Dakota page. It's called August Tournament Saturday Part 5.
Hey, are you playing? Are you playing off? Right there.
Starting this off with some friendly taunts here. Let's see how long the smiles last.
Yeah. I love it when a game starts with a smile.
Nice try.
At the end of the day, everybody here is friends with everybody else. We're a big Foos family. And for sure, we all get under each other's skin sometimes. But there's nothing we wouldn't do for each other if we needed it.
Agreed. I mean, that Foos is, we get all we can get out of this, and so we know how precious that time is together to play some good games with people and have that camaraderie.
Yeah, I had Phil Nelson in the booth earlier, and we were talking about that. Foos is a sacrifice, but it's a sacrifice we love.
Oh, for sure. We all got busy schedules and everything. We're trying to take it out and.
Looking for a ball? No. Okay.
So I haven't seen anything real serious yet. That might have been the first serious shot. There's been a lot of jostling around with the ball so far. Kind of feeling everybody out here.
Yeah, and there's definitely a process of that with this. You got to kind of see what game Zach's going to give you.
Mm-hmm. There's probably some nerves going on too until you get into that comfort level of the style of the game.
Yeah, I would agree. And Bruce is another one that as the day goes on, he tends to fade a little bit, but when he gets into a big match, he can turn it back on.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, his confidence can come and go.
Wow.
Oh, what a tight shot. Split those guys.
If I was Eddie, I
That
would have
was
been
surgical.
If I was Eddie, I would have been thinking, I'm in the right spot.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
And-
changed my defense one bit.
That was a great shot.
You can see that Zach is going to have a little bit of difficulty with Scott's defense here.
Yep, he's gonna have to
He's had about
find a
5
creative way to get in there. But he has the ability to find those creative ways.
Oh, for sure. You might not be able to do it with a pole here. You might have to switch to something else. Scott's very effective against a pole shot.
Yes, and when Zach loses that ball back to the 5 bar like that, Bruce has to be able to take advantage of those opportunities because
doesn't come that way very often.
Yeah, Zach is going to have a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
Like that. Still was able to sneak that through even though Bruce was on that block.
It was a tight pass.
That was a great attempt that just hit the post, I think.
Yep.
I'm not sure if Scott got a piece of it. I think it just went a little too far.
It was the right idea, though.
Yeah, I agree.
He's trying out a different shot here because the pole certainly wasn't working. Bruce trying the same type of offense with a pole shot here.
Yeah.
But here we are again. It's all about opportunity here, and right now Zach's taking a lot of opportunities, and his percentage is pretty tough.
Right.
So you may have to come up with something else here.
Interestingly, he just won a match against a tough team by setting it up like that.
Yes.
And taking his time. And his first 3 or 4 shots of this match were not that way.
Yeah, they were all in the run. This one here, he finally focused on it a little bit.
And look at the results.
Right down the middle on it.
Ooh, and Bruce just misexecuted on that one.
Yeah. See here. Oh. Zach's so quick, so responsive with those passes like that.
He just doesn't drop balls.
No.
If it touches his guy, he's got it.
Well, if he even comes around his rod in a slow fashion, consider it his.
Right.
Those passes just have to be fast and crisp. Otherwise, you just won't take a shot.
That was a beautiful brush down. But he loses the ball off his 3
There
rod.
he's got it again.
But he gets
Unbelievable.
It back. He's just so sticky.
Yep, those sticky fingers. Oh, what a beautiful pull push kick.
And that's what we're talking about with the creativeness. He loses the ball from the position he wants, and he turns it into a shot that the defender's not even expecting to come.
Yep. No shot like that prior to that. So big surprise on that one. And a timeout called by Zach and Eddie.
Yeah. Who's your partner in the tournament?
I played with Doc.
You played with Doc?
Yep.
And you guys still in the tournament?
Nope, we fell out.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Actually, Bruce and Scott beat us.
Okay.
Played a solid
Yeah.
game.
So you've got some unique insight on the D that's being provided right now.
I know Scott's D well, and I know how effective it can be.
Yeah.
Very, very solid, especially on my pole shot. Oh, deep.
Yep.
Did that
Deep.
hit?
It went off the front end of Eddie's guy.
That's what I was wondering.
Looked like he was trying to cut it in between them again.
Oh.
And
Zach tried
there's
another
that
quickie there with a rollover, but it didn't work. Oh, beautiful pass. Nice smooth lane. Zach trying to catch Eddie off guard there. Zach seems to just pass that ball at will sometimes.
Well, and what a great unique setup to a classic shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just really good. Just tricky.
Yep, he's finding that setting it up with Scott is difficult. What a beautiful pass. That would have been a fantastic series right there.
Yes, but Scott showing his defensive skills there.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Zach could have nailed that, but Scott there with the block. hand over. Zach almost stuck that anyway, but still slipped through.
Yeah, you know, that was a ball that was an opportunity for Zach to grab easily, but he waited and then wanted to come up hard on it, and he just waited too long.
Yeah, just squirted out anyway.
That's just such a rare thing to see from Zach, losing a ball like that.
Here we go, Bruce trying a different shot. The poles weren't working. And that will set us up for a timeout.
And that was a smart timeout.
For sure. Because
he was running low on time. He misexecuted twice.
Yep.
And so it was time to regroup, decide what I really want to shoot here.
Eddie has already adapted to his rolling pole, so he's got to come out with something else. He's either got to set it up or try a different shot.
That's right. Or have some more options off that where he rolls it like that. That's another option.
And a John Wayne in there, which would have been a smart move, being that Eddie was flying over from that rolling pole.
Yep.
Normally would have left that wide open, but Eddie still blocked it.
Yes. So I think the key on that shot was he let it stop. If he would have kept the roll and then started his motion while it was still rolling that way,
he would have had the fake with the bar moving on the pole.
Yeah, because he didn't initiate that pull back when he normally would have.
Yep.
And
that delay changed everything.
That told Eddie, oh, don't move.
Bruce is definitely struggling with the offense here.
All right, so here we are in the first game, 4-2. But you just can't count on Scott. Scott can turn up that brick wall in a second.
The question is can he get some shots out? He's working on the passes.
Yep.
But he's just not connecting them to Bruce.
Right. And I mean, well, that one was right on. It's just Bruce wasn't able to keep it in his area.
So here we go again. What's Eddie going to do? He's going to turn that. Not sure what that was, but maybe a miss hit.
Yeah, I think he was trying to go brush down towards the goal. Miss hit it a little bit, and gives Bruce an opportunity and fires that middle.
Deadly. Split those guys nicely. It's a quick middle too. He barely had the ball set.
Yeah.
Oh, and that brush pass, there it is again on the wall.
Yeah. Just looks like he's not going to do anything, and then all of a sudden, there it is.
This is a different setup for Eddie this time.
Oh, and it was so close. Being a goalie, I know how much that hurts when you are that close to a really pretty unexpected shot.
So here we go. Zach trying something unorthodox here, it looks like. And
that might be what he needs to do. That might be what he needs to do against Scott. Because Scott's got a solid goalie. He might need to do that.
Yep. Turn that into a really quick rollover push. It wasn't even a full rollover, just a flick of the wrist.
Yeah.
Looked like he was setting up for a rollover, but he never got into position for it and just flicked the wrist and down it went. Caught Scott off guard.
Yeah. And Scott doesn't have not that any of us who play Zach regularly can just shut him down, but Scott also doesn't have the benefit of playing him regularly, so this is all
a lot of new stuff for him.
It's a quick adaptation.
Mm-hmm. Zach most of his effective shots have all been different. He hasn't had one reliable shot on Scott.
Yeah.
His only consistency has been his inconsistency in shot choice.
Yeah, and that's kind of a theme with Zach.
True. Well, sometimes when he gets a shot work and he sticks with it, but right now I think he's finding that he's not able to find a shot that consistently works.
Sure.
It's the mix-up that's consistent for him.
Yeah, I agree. It does work, especially when you can execute most of the time.
Yeah.
There was a long period of time that I criticized him very regularly about his inconsistency with his shooting, and I still personally don't believe that's a recipe for long-term success. But he kept going with it and then has become good at all of those shots and more consistent with them.
Yep.
So in the long run, it maybe can be beneficial, at least to have those in your arsenal. But you should use one until it stops working and then switch to something else and use that until it stops working,
Agreed.
in my opinion.
I think that's the traditional approach, but we all know Zach doesn't follow traditional approaches.
That's right, but the traditional approach is also a proven approach.
True enough. All right. Bruce looking to have a critical possession here, and he still can't connect that pass. Zach is just nicking it enough to disrupt it.
And there's Eddie just going for a nice little clear.
Yep.
And Bruce gets a piece of it. Scott can't handle it, and it makes his way past.
Yep.
And, you know, that's such a big point because going up 2-0 on somebody is such a psychological benefit for you and against them.
Yes. All right, here we go. Oh, in a beautiful pull.
Wow, deep pull. I would not have blocked that.
I think Eddie had enough of the middles.
Yep, and Bruce knew it.
Yep. It's a good mix up there.
Yep. There's a lot to say about knowing your opponent, you know, and kind of their tendencies. And once you get a couple middles on somebody, it's hard for them to leave that middle open again.
Mm-hmm. Zach continues to have more possessions than Bruce.
Yeah.
He's still struggling with Scott's defense.
Yeah, and interestingly, it's the setup shots that are the ones that
he's struggling the most with.
Yeah, which is he's not struggling. It's just Scott's being able to block them.
Yeah,
because it's something he's used to seeing. You know.
Yeah. Oh, what a surgical straight in there. Split him.
It actually angled slightly this way. I think that it would have gone in if he hit it straight, though, because it would have just kind of deflected off the corner of the guy. But he didn't hit a single thing. He just slid it right in there. So that's a beautiful
Like you said,
shot.
it almost had just a smidge of a brush to it. Another great pass there.
Yeah.
Bruce seems to be a little bit distracted in the game, but he's got to make sure he keeps his focus.
Yeah. You can't get mad at a bystander having their hat in their hand, you know.
No.
But you know, sometimes things that shouldn't distract me sometimes too. But I consider that my problem.
For sure. Bruce needs to keep his head in the game here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not worry about hats. So looks like
Bruce felt like he was jarred there. I think it probably was. It sounded pretty hard.
It was a little aggressive.
Yep.
I would agree.
And
seemed like be the right call here.
And Zach rarely gives the ball out.
True.
So that's another indicator that it was a pretty blatant jar, I think.
But at the same token, they're up 3 on the second game of they already have one match under their belt.
Yeah, that's true.
That was a good defense there.
That was a good defense. So they were able to take advantage of that call, even though he missed the shot.
Kept the ball down on that end of the table.
Yeah, and that turned into a defensive score, and that hurts when you're the goalie. That just gets in your head. So how you respond to it right here on this shot is what matters. And had a good, decent clear, got it up to the 5 bar.
Yep.
And with getting it to the 5 bar with Zach as your forward is not a bad.
No, you can get it to the 5 bar. See, there it is. The ball got locked up in the 5 bar area, and then Zach was able to capitalize on it. It's another possession. And a beautiful pull.
Another score. And once again, that unique setup is something that Scott's not ready for. Like,
yeah, there's really no delay in that ball. He keeps it rolling, keeps it moving.
Great block by Bruce to give himself an opportunity to tie this game up. So let's see if Bruce might be a good idea to take a timeout here, but Bruce kind of fires a quick shot and gets taken away.
Oh, here we go. Eddie's strategy, all he has to do is just get it up to the 5 bar range, and it's good to go.
And that's smart, and it's going to open up. It's going to open up the shot if he needs it later, you know?
Yes. Looks like we're going to have some rotation here.
On both sides, it looks like.
Yeah. Turn this game on its head here to finish it up.
Here we go.
Last point here.
Here we go. So maybe not quite the fireworks I was thinking about, but an interesting match nonetheless. Let's see if Eddie can close it out here. Eddie's got such a solid snake shot.
Yes, his rollover is very consistent. and that looks like and that's his weapon of choice here.
Yeah. He strokes it. And he strokes it home and wins the game. Wow.
Yep. Deep pull, wins it.
So great game by Zach and Eddie. Once again, I feel like there could have been a little more focus, but I think the lack of focus on Zach's part actually helps him against this goalie.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. Scott's defense on a traditional pull shot is phenomenal, and he was also blocking some of the pushes too. But Zach being a little more unorthodox in his quick shooting, definitely caught him off guard.
I agree.
And resulted in a lot of points.
You know, that was a winnable match for either team, I think. It's just that Zach and Eddie played a little bit more towards the game that would make their opponent struggle.
Well, the other thing, too, is the biggest factor, I think, was Zach's possession count on the 3 round.
Yeah, absolutely, and it always is a factor for Zach.
He was almost probably 2-1 to what Bruce was. So the number of chances he had to put the ball in was incredible over Bruce.
Agreed. That was a great match. So I'm actually going to sign off the stream. For anybody that's out there listening, I'm going to sign off the stream, but you know, it's hard to sign off the stream when there's 6 people watching. So I think that I'm going to stay on the stream because we're right at 3 hours on this streaming session right now. So
might be a good time. Are you thinking of starting up a
new stream?
A new one, yeah. Probably not a bad time in between matches here.
It just helps me cutting and editing later. So anybody listening out there, I'll be shutting down this stream for just a second, and I'm going to be restarting it here in another one.